Bless you, family. It is your Las Vegas neighbor, the historian, Minister Stretch, bringing you some Black history that's local and national. Y'all, today we're going to talk about some local history. We're going to talk about Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa, by the way. This video is really for those that say, Vegas has no culture. Vegas has no culture. Oh, knock that off. Vegas has plenty of culture. And one of the things that has been a part of this culture has been Kwanzaa. Now, y'all know Kwanzaa was started back in 1966, but it was started in Las Vegas back in 1978 by Mother Omiale Jube. Back at that time when she kicked it off back in the day, she was Sister Annika Johnson. Now, during the time of Mother Jube, there was a brother by the name of Benny Cassell. I want to give him his flowers because he also was doing Kwanzaa in his art gallery with his organization with Dave Washington and their children and their families and things like that. But Mother Jubei was the one that opened it up to the community. Since 1978, she started in her home. She would invite the community to her home. And then in the late 70s, early 80s, that's Mother Jubei right there. They call her Mother Kwanzaa. In the late 70s, early 80s, they started meeting at Doolittle Community Center. And from Doolittle, it just took off. When the West Las Vegas Art Center opened up in the 90s, they moved it there. And from Mother Jubei, she connected with Dr. Al Gurrier, and they were hosting events. And then Mother Gwen Walker with the Walker Museum, along with her mother Juanita Walker, they were also doing Kwanzaa with the Walker Museum. Baba Hassani Palacio, that's Baba Hassani right there. He came along in the early 90s along with his late wife, Sister Kianga, and they start bringing in the drum culture to kind of expand Kwanzaa. And then Baba Odushala also was a part of the early Kwanzaa days. And then later came in the early 90s, Brother Keith Brantley. That's Mother Jubei again. Brother Keith Brantley also became a huge part of helping to usher in what Kwanzaa looked like in the 90s, going into the 2000s. And then in the early 2000s, Sister China Hudson got involved. And she is actually one of the ones that's currently spearheading Kwanzaa today. She does a Rites of Passage program that she created with Sister Kianga, and it's continuing to this day. And so when people say things like Vegas has no culture, y'all just got to do your homework and really know the history. Vegas has been, I would say, one of the oldest things this city celebrates is Kwanzaa. Ain't a whole lot of things this city has that has been consistent, and it has been Kwanzaa. All these articles y'all seeing is from the 80s and 90s and 2000s. What I love about Vegas Kwanzaa, I've had Kwanzaa in Chicago. One thing I love about Vegas Kwanzaa is that it's a small group of key people who kind of keep it going. But at the events, you see so many people of different walks of life that you would think typically wouldn't even be into Kwanzaa. I mean, I've saw brothers from the street. I've saw, all different religions, all different walks of black life. Opposed when you go to other cities that's large in consciousness, you only see people who appear to be on a conscious level, meaning they got the dashikis and the locks and things like that. But with Vegas, it brings everybody together because Vegas is really diverse and we don't really have a super large conscious community in terms of people presenting themselves, right? We don't know what they're thinking. I'm talking about in terms of the Afrocentric community. It's very small, but the Afrocentric community here has a really great way of doing events to appear to those who may not really necessarily even be into the whole Afrocentric thing, but they're in love with what Kwanzaa means and the principles of Kwanzaa. And so I'm appreciative because of these individuals I named, they brought me into Kwanzaa. My first Kwanzaa event I had was in 2016 at the West Las Vegas Library, a theater, an art center. And so to know that this event has been going on, again, Mother Jubei kicked it off in 78. And since 1978, this community has been celebrating. That's 45 years. This community has been celebrating Kwanzaa. That's huge. So as we close out the last day of Kwanzaa today, I want us to remember those who have paid away so we can celebrate Kwanzaa. Look at Dr. Al Gurrier. Dr. Gurrier was at the Kwanzaa event a few days ago, still speaking on Kwanzaa. Mother Helen Toland was one of the early pioneers of bringing in Kwanzaa. She's still around bringing in Kwanzaa. And so again, I hope that myself, along with some of the other youngsters that's coming up, we can tank the ranks because some of the people I name, y'all, they either elders already Oh, the elders in training. And it's time for the next generation to start stepping up to continue this tradition. But I want people to know that Kwanzaa is part of Vegas culture and it has been here. The culture, especially the Afrocentric culture that we have here, people say we don't have it, but it's here. And it means you either not looking for it or you don't know the right people. So again, y'all, celebrate Kwanzaa with your families. And next year, if you did not participate in Kwanzaa, join for the next upcoming Kwanzaa this year, excuse me. So again, here's some of the last recent flyers of the last recent Kwanzaa events. They now give out awards and they honor people in the community. Kwanzaa honors. That was the last Sister Raven to be honored. So